43 on Kiwi.
The Radio Wammo Breakfast.
Kiwi.
Joining me now in the Kiwi studio is Josie Campbell. Hello to you, Josie.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are embarking on something this weekend called Josie's Twitter Challenge. Josie, first of all, tell us about yourself. What do you do? Who are you about?
Oh gosh, I'm a communications manager. I work for the Edge Venues, which is the ART Centre, the Civic in Auckland Town Hall. Love the Civic; it's my favourite place in the world.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, and so that's a pretty awesome job actually. So I do that in the day. I'm also a bit of a blogger, a fairly new convert to this whole blogging thing. I've been blogging since about August last year.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised how many people read my ramblings, actually.
Doing a nice job at the blog thinkingforyou.co.nz.
I know, about a month ago I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to get a domain name. It's like $40 a year and I feel like I've got a website. It's so exciting.
You've claimed your place on the internet.
Hell yeah. That's great. So I do that, and I'm pretty into social media, which has become part of my job, and I guess I'm an enthusiast.
So initially for your job, the social media side of things, or a personal thing? So?
Initially for my job, in fact, we were doing a bit of Facebook stuff, like musicals at the Civic and what's happening at the Edge and things like that. Yeah. And then got onto Twitter. And I think one of the reasons I was given permission to was because Barack Obama was on. So, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us.
Got to find a good reason there for the boss to allow you to spend.
But we love it. It's working really well.
Yeah, totally. So you've come up against the whole 40-hour famine thing, and you want to do something for it, so you've decided to come up with something completely different.
Yes.
This Twitter challenge. Tell us about it.
Well, I used to, years ago, work for World Vision, and it was one of the things that, it was a cool place to work, but you sort of had that feel-good, I'm doing something for the world. And I've sort of just thought it was about time I did something a little bit meaningful in my spare time, and rather than, I could do the traditional famine, and once years ago I gave up talking for 40 hours and raised about $1,500 because obviously I'm a bit of a talker, and my friends really got on board with that one, and thought, what could I do? Oh, well, I could give up social media, give up Twitter. But then I thought that's kind of defeating the purpose, in that I wouldn't be able to...
But not give up food?
Well, I could do that, but I reckon I'd probably get more sponsors if I did something quirky and unusual. So I had this idea that I could actually throw myself on the mercy of the Twitterverse for 40 hours. So basically I leave home on this Friday night at 8 o'clock. Yeah. And I'm not allowed to go home for 40 hours, and I have no food, no transport, and I'm reliant on people from Twitter for survival. I have to say, they've been pretty generous, so I'm not going to be living on the streets. Yeah. But, I've got a whole bunch of things I have to do during the weekend.
So, effectively, how does that work? You get offers of help?
Yeah. What happened is I started blogging. I've got this idea, what do you think? And people said, oh, I'll help. It's funny, actually, some friends who... what I think someone's deemed peanuts, people not using Twitter, have offered to help. I'm like, well, look, you have to get a Twitter account and make your offer, because I can't break the rules.
Peanuts, it's so derogatory.
That's Vaughan Davis from Y&R coined that phrase, so I just thought I'd get it out there a bit further. Look, non-Twitter people, it's sweet as, I'm sure you're lovely, but this is, I'm trying to keep to the rules, because there's nothing, I hate more than you say you're going to do this and then you do something else.
You want to branch it out to Facebook as well? Everyone's on Facebook, right?
Well, Facebook people can sponsor me, so that'll be cool. Okay. And friends have been sponsoring me, but I have to say, even my sponsors, people have been sponsoring me online for the famine, or, for my particular type of famine, have mostly been from social media as well, so I really need to rack up the friends a bit more.
That shows that there's been an evolution in the 40-hour famine. I mean, when I was a kid, because did it start in the 80s? Do you remember?
I think even the 70s. It's been going for a long time.
Yeah, God, it's probably one of the best charity events, and it's been marketed the best around the world, I suppose.
And it's a really New Zealand thing. They really got on board, I think, right from the beginning. So there is this evolution from
fasting for the weekend through to doing events like what you're doing.
Well, one of the things, this is me going back to when I used to work there, but it was like you'd go without food for 40 hours and have your barley sugars and juice so that you could raise money, but also identify what it's like to go without. In some ways, except for that, people have been really generous. I'm doing that a little bit in that, I'm relying on others. It's a bit like being a refugee or something.
It's a means to an end.
Very small way.
But it's a means to an end in the end of the day of raising money.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so you've set up a calendar, and you've been filling up that calendar with offers of help from Twitter.
Yes, and so one person said she'll take me out for breakfast, but other people decided I should do stuff. So I've got I'm going to be making coffee on Sunday morning at Takapuna markets.
Do you know how to make coffee?
No, so I'm
proper machine?
hoping because I know that people are very, very, very particular about their coffee, aren't they? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. Perfect this morning. Thank you very much.
Well, you didn't make that one, but I'm going to be with Lou Draper, who's very, very good at coffee. So she's going to give me a few lessons, but also I think she'll do the main stuff because she's got her clientele to keep happy. But I'm going to be doing a bit of waitressing with the money all going to the 40-hour famine. Ended up people have donated some amazing things. Vodafone have given me an iPhone to use on the weekend so I can do blog updates and post some videos, and then letting me auction it on Trade Me.
Yeah.
I've been given a website from the Web Co and Adage Business to auction $1,500 worth on Trade Me.
Oh,
and so
great.
It's crazy. It's actually amazing what people have given.
And what about staying? I mean, were you going to put your head down to sleep?
Well, I was all ready to, sleep on anyone's couch, and I'm not really a roughing it kind of girl. I've never done the backpacking Europe kind of thing.
Right.
I'm much more of a let's go save up and go for 3 weeks.
Hoping for an offer from a hotel chain?
Well,
or something?
actually, this lovely girl in Wellington who I met when I was down there last year and know from Twitter said, I've got a voucher for 2 nights accommodation in a hotel. I was like,
nice.
Really? And I was ready to sleep on a couch or whatever, and people have offered stuff, but I'm actually going to be working my ass off.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I'm going to actually be able to go and have a bit of a rest somewhere.
And that's pretty cool.
Bit of a treat. Yeah.
So, I mean, are you currently are people who are offering you stuff? Do you already know through Twitter, through previous interaction, or are you getting new people coming on board? And
mostly it's people that I've been interacting with, or a lot of them I've met at events because you sort of talk to people online and then meet them at events and go, oh hey, I recognise you or whatever. And some of them are people I've become friends with through social media and things like that. But there've been a whole bunch of people as well that have sponsored me that I've never met, never heard of. Yeah. Because people have got on board and retweeted. They say, sent the link to my blog out to their friends and their followers, and I've got a couple of sponsors from overseas, and it's crazy. So
this really is a good opportunity, though, for people who perhaps aren't using Twitter at all, the social networking site Twitter, to perhaps maybe get on, create an account and offer either goods or services, or for you to do something this weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I won't be stuck in a dark corner anywhere. But look, I'm really confident that everyone who wants to help are super generous, fun, nice people, and everyone I've met through social media and at these tweet ups and things have all been great people. So there's space if you want to offer or challenge me to do something. Otherwise, I've got this calendar so people can come down and see me try not to trip over while I'm clearing plates at a restaurant or something like that as well.
Of course, it has to be in Auckland City, of course, as well.
That would help.
The website is thinkingforyou.co.nz, and if you want to offer some help to Josie, then get onto Twitter, create an account. Very easy to do, and then when you want to message Josie, you put in the @ sign, and then Josie Campbell, and Josie will reply to you and get a conversation going, which is what it's all about,
it's a lot
I suppose,
of fun.
as well. Josie, good luck, and certainly, even if people aren't getting involved, you can still follow the progress at thinkingforyou.co.nz. Good luck. We'll see you next time, Josie.
Absolutely. Cheers.